All right, this is your brother Aisha Yar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones and learn this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening and learning. Today's video is going to be a small testimony of a situation that I've been going through within the past, I would say like month and a half, something like that. All right. And I just want to begin by saying the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai are real, man. When you call upon those names and you sincere, hey, the Most High hears you. He really does. Like you have to call upon those names, man, because that's what I've been doing. Definitely, even before the situation that I was in, you know, I always call upon the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and you know, He hears you, man. He gets you out of situations. He sets you up and have things happen to the point where He may put you in a lower state, but the thing is, He does everything for a reason. He does everything so you can mentally prepare yourself and mentally build yourself up within the spirit so you can become a better person, and you know, you can build your faith up when you call upon those names. All right, so pretty much, like I said, it's a small testimony. The past like month and a half, I've been struggling with as far as finding a place to live. All right, and I wasn't homeless or anything. All right, I was in the apartment, or they like to call it a condo, but I was in an apartment that I've been in, and I've been living here for years. And so the landlord that I recently had, you know, he was pretty cool when I first moved over here, and you know, he used to make sure that everything was always up to date. If I had any issues, you know, he would always hop on it and make sure everything was good. But like the past year and a half, I was saying, a lot of funny things has been happening to the point where I'm just like, okay, I don't understand like where this behavior is coming from, where these actions are coming from. Like for instance, I had an issue with a window because there was a tree in front of my one of my windows, and it got really windy outside one day, and it blew over the tree. And then the next thing I know, you know, it fell into my window, and so I woke up in the middle of the night, and I'm like, what the hell was that noise? So I look, and I'm just like, oh shit, my window is straight up broken, you know, and that's my main window. And so I hit him up and everything, and I told him, I'm just like, hey, you know, tree fell and you know, landed on my window and everything, you know, got to get this fixed pretty much. And the first thing that he told me was, he was like, okay, well, this is what you can do. He was like, you can pay for it, and then after that, I'll take that payment out of your rent money for, you know, this month or the next month. And I was just like, at first I ain't think nothing of it. I'm just like, okay, but then I was just like, well, what if the payment would have been higher than what I'm paying for the rent? Because as we all know, man, ain't shit cheap here in America, man. Everything costs money. All right, so, and that's exactly what happened. Luckily, it was like right under what I used to pay for rent. And I was just like, man, so we would have went higher. If I didn't have the money, what was gonna happen? I was like, man, you got to fix this window, because around that time it was chilly outside. I'm like, man, there's all kind of bugs and everything outside, you know, random animals and shit. I'm like, man, you got to get this shit fixed. But like I said, luckily, you know, it wasn't as much as what my rent was. So I went ahead and paid it or whatever. And I told him, okay, well, you know, I did it. He was like, just make sure you show me the receipt so he can make sure that, you know, I did everything legit. So I did that. And then the next thing I know, I'm just like, okay, that was kind of weird. Like I said, I ain't think none of it because, you know, he had a good record with me. And then the next thing I know, fast forward, I started getting all these random people ringing my doorbell, knocking on the door, and like almost every other day. I'm like, who are these people, man? I know we have like little solicitors, you know, those little people that you probably run into in Walmart. They be trying to sell you the internet and everything like that, and you know, you have those people that be walking around the neighborhoods and they'll go door to door trying to get you to change your electric bill and shit like that. Those people, I know we get those people like every now and then, but you know, I was getting people ringing the door and knocking on the door or whatever, like damn near every other day, and I was ignoring it because I'm like, man, I don't mess with people like that. So, you know, I was like, who are these random people knocking on the door? So finally I got to the point where I'm like, man, let me see who's at the door. So I see who's at the door, and one of the people was a process server, and she pretty much was like, look, you gotta pretty much get ready to move, or this place is not under anybody's supervision anymore because your recent landlord or whatever is not your landlord anymore. And I was like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? And then, she broke it down and everything. She pretty much came to the conclusion that he was stealing my rent money. He was stealing my rent money, using it for himself. And so the place hasn't been receiving his payments for I don't even know how long. And I'm just like, man, what the fuck? And so I called him up immediately. I'm like, man, I got a process server at the door saying you was doing this and that or whatever. And then he was just like, he admitted, he was like, yeah, certain things that happened or whatever. And I'm just like, damn. So now that put me in a position where I'm about to get ready to get kicked out the crib because nobody is over here looking over the spot anymore. And so I'm just like, hold on, man. And so now I'm going through this whole thing where they like, okay, the place that I'm living in is on the market. And now they having random people set up appointments so they can come look at the place and everything. And I'm over here getting text messages from random people saying like, oh, you can't be at your place while we come look at the place because the people got to be able to express themselves and it got to be a thorough investigation and so forth and so on. I'm like, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm like, fam, I live here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I live here. I'm like, no, if somebody gonna come look at this place, I'm gonna make sure that, they just look at it because my shit is here. And at first I was just like, look, man, can it just be a thing where they just find like a new landlord, somebody to take over this spot so I could just continue to live here? Because I'm just like, man, look, I ain't trying to move. I'm like, I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm used to the area, so forth and so on. I've been here for years. It is what it is. So the dude, one of the sellers was like, well, it could happen like that, but, more than likely, it might not happen. This place is going to be on the market for somebody to come look at this place and they going to take your spot over. And I'm just like, that's some bullshit. And so then, I got another person who came and rung the doorbell, knocked on the door, whatever. And then because I kept declining appointments because I told him I needed like a 48-hour notice because I'm busy, man. Like every single day I'm busy. I'm like, man, I need at least 48-hour notice so I can set this shit up and be at the crib so I could be prepared for whoever's getting ready to look at the place. And they kept sending, for some reason, they still kept booking appointments within the next like 5 hours. 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. The very next day, I'm like, fam, I can't do that. So the next thing I know, the dude came to the door and then they realized they not getting the appointments they needed because they kept getting declined. And, I'm just like, well, I'm going to decline it. I talked to the person. I told him this was the standards or whatever. I'm like, if you got to be able to work with what I'm giving you because, me and my woman, we still live here. And so then another person came to the door and he was just like, man, look, one of the banking companies, they was like, look, they don't want to deal with this place anymore because I did have a few people that did come look at the place, but they saw that it was, certain problems. And nobody want to move in a place where, they got to have, repair it themselves or whatever, because they put this place on the market for a mortgage to actually own or whatever. And so I'm just like, a lot of people came through and they was looking at it like, no, we don't want to deal with this. And then when they found out my situation where the only reason that this house was on the market in the first place was because of the landlord. And then people was like, oh man, so technically you just paying month to month right now, just trying to see what happens. I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to go anywhere. And so then, like I said, the dude came to the door. He was like, look, the banking company don't want to deal with trying to get somebody to look at this place. And they was just like, look, they finna get ready to terminate the lease, so forth and so on. And it was like, look, you got to be out this place by a certain date. You got to be out this place soon. So then they could renovate, hook it up, and then put it back on the market for however amount of money. So I'm just like, man, what the fuck, man? I'm over here, pretty much getting ready to be evicted for some shit I ain't even do. It's like, not to be funny, but it's like that Friday quote, like, damn, how you get fired on your day off? Like, That's how I looked at it. I'm like, I'm over here been paying for this place for years, paying it on time every month, never late, always a good tenant, so forth and so on. Then out of nowhere, just because the landlord want to steal the money and everything like that, that put me in a situation, you know, where I'm just like, wow, I gotta be forced to get up out of here. And so then, like I said, fast forward, I was just like, you know what? Now is, you know, I was just like, well, maybe I could just buy this place, you know, because at first I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to, you know, actually buy this place. You know, I just wanted to look for a place for rent and everything like that. But then, you know how it is, man. I started looking at places for rent, and these, man, you know that this place is through. Like every single place for rent is sky high, man. Especially for the standards that I'm looking for, it was sky high. I'm just like, God damn. And everybody want a certain amount of money right out the door and shit like that. And I'm just like, okay. So I just started thinking, I'm just like, man, let me just see if I could just buy this place myself and just see what happens, you know, because like I said, I'm used to the area, I'm comfortable where I'm at, and it is what it is. So I did that, and I asked, I'm like, is it too late if I can apply to, you know, get this spot? Because they took it off of the market. They pretty much was like, look, we're not even gonna even try to sell this place no more. It's a done deal. So I'm just like, man, let me see if I can do it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so I went through the process, and then they was like, yeah, you can still try to get the place. I mean, you still living there. I'm like, yeah. So fast forward, I did what I was supposed to do, filled out forms, talked to people, so forth and so on. And they got me the spot, man. You know, they got me the spot. It's not at an expensive price for what I have, you know what I'm saying? It's doable. I'm comfortable with what's going on with what I have, and I was just thankful that, you know, the Most High allowed that to happen, because if they would have said no, you know, certain things would have happened. Like I said, you know, I would have had to look for another spot and everything, and a lot of things would have changed. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I do here outside of, you know, doing videos for the truth and everything that I use, you know, for work and to make money and whatever. And I'm just like, this spot is perfect. You know, I could do my true videos in peace, so forth and so on. And, you know, I just kept praying to the Most High. I'm like, man, this please allow, you know, me to stay here. Allow me to just to stay here, get it over with, and allow me to move forward. Because there was going to be a lot of things that was going to be going downhill if I didn't. Because, like I said, I got a lot of shit going on. But the Most High, he heard, and like I said, I got the good news today. They said I'm in there, you know, and they said, hey, the place is yours, so forth and so on. So once I got off the phone with the realtor and everything like that, you know, I was happy. It was like a, you know, I could breathe, you know, I was relieved, so forth and so on. And I'm just like, all right, cool. Now I just move forward. Do what I need to do by the Lord, because of course the first thing I did, you know, was praise. Yahweh Bashem, I was shy, and I was like, man, let me do a video, and you know, let me just move forward and, you know, keep getting these lessons together and keep doing what I need to do from here on out, you know. And the thing is, this really got me to the point where, you know, I'm just like, hey, I'm just gonna tackle everything. Just really knock shit out, man. Just really get everything in order, because when you get in situations and you realize a lot of things are getting ready to be taken from you and everything like that, it really gets you to the point where you want to work harder so things won't happen to you. And that's exactly what I've been doing. And, you know, like I said, everything happens for a reason, and the Most High really got the spirit upon me to really just take care of everything. So I'm gonna read this scripture real quick, so I know I've been talking, but, you know, I just had to bring it out the way that I had to bring it out. So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. All right. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest you fall. All right. So It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. When you going through things that's not comfortable and it's getting you down in the spirit, is it's making you feel like down and out or whatever, it can feel like it's taking a long time for something to change as far as something good happening to you. But we already know whatever it is that we going through, the Most High wanted it to happen. That's one thing that a lot of people in the world don't understand. You know, a lot of people believe in that thing called karma, so forth and so on, but they don't believe that the Most High will put them in messed up positions on purpose. You know, because they look at the Most High as this almighty good power, all right? But they don't, you know, they don't understand that the Most High does evil as well, you know? And so, that's why it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient. You know, whenever, you know, we going through something, we got to tell ourselves, we like, hey, the Most High is having things happen right now, and it must be for a reason. So all we got to do is just be patient and wait for him to make it better. Just like, you know, when Jacob's trouble get ready to hit, hey, we already know this is the Most High that's getting ready to bring judgment upon the whole world. This is the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, that's getting ready to bring this evil, getting ready to bring this death, this judgment. But it's going to be the same power that's going to save as well. It's going to be the same power that gets his elect out of these troublesome situations. And so it's the same thing when we go through our worldly problems, man. Whatever it is that we going through. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, all right? Hey, we are the gold. We are gold, all right? The Most High is going to put us through certain things and see if we fail or not. All right, he's going to see if we turn on him just because we're going through things that we don't like. All right, that's why it says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Hey, it's going to be a lot of times the Most High is going to look out for you. And it's going to be a lot of times the Most High is going to put you in a situation where you're just going to be like, damn, man, come on. Like, I don't need this right now, you know, but it is what it is. You know, you just be patient. You take the situation cheerfully and you wait for the Most High to make it better for you. And you just keep praying, keep praying, keep praying, keep praying. And like I said, that's exactly what I did. And then fast forward, the Most High got me out of this situation and he's helping me out now. And I couldn't be more thankful, man. Now I got a place that I know is completely mine, you know, and I can just move forward doing what I need to do, you know, with my everyday life stuff, and let's keep it moving, man. All right. So I'm gonna end it with that, you know, because like I said, I could speak on this over and over and over again and bring out other details, but you know, it's not necessary. I just want to bring out these few scriptures and just wanted to say, hey, let's keep praying to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua no matter what, because you know, that's all we got. That's all we got is the truth. All we got is the Lord, man. You know, we got the brotherhood. That's it, you know, but at the end of the day, the Most High is our help. The Most High is our answer to everything. All right, so just keep praying to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua consistently, constantly. The scriptures say pray without ceasing, meaning never stop. You know, I learned that a lot from Apostle Rakar, because he was, you know, he's one of the main ones that I've heard first, where he was just like, man, look, when you driving, pray to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. When you walking down the street, pray to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. When you at home, pray to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. He was like, just call on the Lord everywhere, you know, just call on the Lord like all the time, you know, and eventually, hey, the Lord will hear you. The Lord will hear you, man, because that's what he's there for. He wants you to call upon him. He wants you to seek him. The scriptures say, seek him early while he may be found. And that's what we're doing right now. So then that way in the future, we can be all right. So like I said, I'm going to end it with that. You know, Lord willing, this was edifying. Hey, just keep praying to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and Lord willing, everybody will be okay. So I hope this is edifying. So with that, I'm going to say, call Halayim, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Aquat that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratzazad, I'll be back on another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.